Hi there. In this video, we'll be covering what should I write a book about. Choosing the right book topic could lead to 6- and 7-figure sales, so you'll definitely want to pay attention to these tips. By the end of this video, you will learn how to choose a book topic, the value of working with a ghostwriter, and the most important focus you need to have when writing a book. And stay tuned till the end of the video for a free opportunity. Let's dive in. You could write a book about anything. Anything in your mind, anything that you could imagine you could write a book about. What makes your message and story unique? What makes you special? What makes you you? What are your experiences? What are your lessons? What are the things that you share with people when they talk to you? What are the things that you speak about when you give public speeches? All those things are great material to mine when thinking about what you want to write your book about. You know, maybe it's something involving your family, maybe it's something involving yourself, maybe it's something involving your lessons and ups and downs and struggles. But whatever the case may be, it's important to really hone in on what makes your message unique and why it matters. When writing a book, it's also important to think about what you are an expert in. What are your areas of expertise? The more of an expert you are, the easier it's going to be to write this book. If it's far outside of your wheelhouse, it's going to be really tough to write. I think about a book that I wrote about a baseball player named Ken Caminiti. And I was a baseball fan. I knew a lot about him, but I had to talk to a lot of people to get the story right. That book ended up taking 10 years for me to write. I interviewed 400 people for it. And I don't think I would have been able to publish the book and write the book as powerfully as I did without spending that much time and talking to as many people. But there's books that I could write in a month or 2 months that are really involving areas that are within my wheelhouse. You know, if I wanted to write a book about writing books, for example, that would be a lot easier. I could just dive into my mind and my experiences and just explore them and put them on the page. It really depends on your expertise, the effort, and the story that you want to share. When thinking about your book topic, also think about a topic that you won't get bored with over the next year or 2 or 3, because book writing takes time. Book production takes time. And after you're done with the book and it gets published, you're going to have to promote it or, you know, talk to people about it. And it's going to be a constant thing for you for years to come. So you want to choose a topic that is interesting, that you want to stick with for a long time, that you're not going to get bored with. You don't want to write something, you know, that you don't really feel connected to, because if you don't feel connected to it, you're going to want to walk away from it at any point. You're going to get bored by it. You're not going to feel compelled to keep going. And you need to feel compelled to keep going when writing a book, because it's so easy to walk away. It's so easy to put it aside. It's so easy to let life get in the way. And you don't want to do that. So pick a topic that's interesting to you. Your aims are going to dictate the book's scope. And to be honest, it's better to be narrower and to really focus on a specific niche than trying to appease too many people. When I work with people and I talk to them about their book, and they talk about the audience, they talk about the reader that they want to target, and they say this book's for everybody. I stop them. No. Not a single book in the world is not for everybody. There is no book in the world that's for everybody, because a book that's for everybody is not for anybody. You know, there's no specific focus, and because of that, it feels lost. You know, if you're trying to appease every single person and you're trying to entertain them, excite them, wow them, you really need to figure out who specifically is going to read this, who's going to benefit from it, and who's going to want to take action from it. Those are really the things that you want to think about when choosing the right topic. But don't have any misnomers or misconceptions about everybody wanting to read this book, because you don't want that. You're going to write a boring book if you want everybody to read it. When thinking about a reader, this isn't about numbers. This isn't about sales numbers. It's about making a connection. I think back to somebody I've become friends with. I didn't actually work on her book. Her name is Bonnie, and she's written a book about chronic pain. And she's dealt with chronic pain for years and years and years, and developed some strategies and techniques and tips that have lessened and diminished her pain. And she wanted to share that with other people. And I just think it's such a powerful thing to be able to share our messages and our lessons outward, and to be able to connect with people in a new way. And the book has really opened up new avenues for her, which I'm really proud of her sticking with the book and driving forward with it and bringing it forward, because it's really going to have a huge impact. But whether or not it impacts 10 people, 100 people, 1,000 people, 10,000, I think it's going to have a big impact. But being able to connect with specific individual people and help them transform and change their life is such an awesome thing. Whether or not it's a big audience or a small audience, it's really powerful. But it's really important to focus in on who specifically can benefit or who might be interested in this topic. Picking the right focus and the right audience is super important when you connect an underlying sales funnel to the book. When you take your message and apply it forward, maybe you offer coaching services or consulting services, or you have a retreat or something else, some big ticket item that you sell for $10,000 or more. If you have a handful of people who buy your book and then buy these services, that will have paid for itself and then some. It will be a huge thing for you. It could lead to 6- and 7-figure sales from 100 copies sold, 200 copies sold, 1,000 copies sold. I think a lot of times when we write and publish books, we think about book sales as the be-all, end-all. But this is really about building your brand and building something bigger. And the book is a piece of that puzzle. The book is the door opener to that new opportunity, that new step, that next level. But the book isn't the next level by itself. There's very few books that sell lots of copies. The key then is to figure out who to focus on and make a connection with as many people as you need to in order to drive your aims, whether that's 100 or 1,000 or more. But being able to connect on a personal level and being able to look at the book as a stepping stone for bigger things instead of the end result by itself is crucial. Think about the speaking opportunities that you could gain from writing a book. And instead of getting a speaker fee, you sell book copies, you do bulk buys, you end up being on the Amazon bestseller list for a specific category, and now you start getting booked for interviews and for podcasts and for speaking engagements. And then you have other people reaching out to work with you directly on a one-on-one level. All of these things fall into place because of the book. The book is the mechanism, it's the ultimate business card, it's the chance to get to that next level. And it's important to think of it in terms of helping you get there instead of just being the be-all, end-all. But writing a book is hard. It's really difficult. It's time-consuming. It's tough to write a book that really resonates unless you have some book knowledge or you work with people who have book knowledge. I've been really honored over the past 5 years to work as a book ghostwriter and help 25 people on their journey forward, the next step. And it's just been really exciting to step into these different spaces to help people on their journey, but to see the results, to see that they're being thought of as a thought leader when they weren't before, to get new opportunities for their business, to get new opportunities for their consulting. Since a book is so hard to write, it's helpful to have a guide. It's helpful to have somebody guiding you forward, somebody who's been there, somebody who's written books before, someone who can help you write the best book. Because all of these steps, all of these new processes, all of these next levels, whether speaking engagements or consulting or sales funnels, all of these things require a good book to be able to drive it forward. If you just, haphazardly slap together some text and publish it, it's not going to have the impact. You really need to have a story that resonates and connects, and you need to have experts helping you with that. Professional book ghostwriter is someone who's gone through these steps before. They understand the steps in the process. They understand how to write a powerful book, and they're going to help you avoid writing a book that doesn't connect, that doesn't resonate, that falls flat, that's boring, or anything else. They're going to help you write the best book possible. So as you continue forward with this process, think about that. Keep in mind, be open-minded about working with somebody, especially a ghostwriter, because they're going to be the difference between writing a book that connects and writing a book that falls flat. If you want to learn more about what you should write your book about, go to my website, goodghostwriter.com. You can click the link below. There you can schedule a free one-on-one strategy call with me. We can talk all about your project, your ideas, your dreams, what it means to take the next step as a leader, a thought leader, a CEO, just somebody who wants to tell this story and get their message told. I love connecting with people who are at the beginning of their book journey, and I'd love to help you in any way I can. Remember, good ghostwriting makes great books. I'm Dan Good. Thanks for watching.